He's back.
He's back. He's back.
I'm back, baby. I'm back. Back.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Hello, world. I'm back. What is going on, world? We are back on the YouTube channel and back for another live stream during the Hormozi Experiment. So pretty crazy. If you guys have been following along so far, I'm feeling big, feeling inflated after we're just on the last day. We're on the second last day of this program, day 42. Been bulking and eating 800 grams of carbs, 800 grams of carbs every single day for the last 42 days. If you guys seen the thumbnail for this video, we're currently in the process of eating meal 2 for today, which is a gigantic bowl of spaghetti. I've already mowed down half of this while I was prepping and getting the live stream ready, and I still have a lot to go here. So we're going to try to plug away and smash some of that down. But yeah, very excited. Today is day 42. I can't believe it. It's pretty crazy that we're almost done this 6-week program, and I've been going to the gym 2 times a day, 6 days a week, while eating 800 grams of carbs. And what's fascinating about this, and if you guys have been following along the vlogs and the videos that I've been sharing on my channel, we're going to go through, we're not going to watch any videos today, but we're going to actually respond to some of your YouTube comments that came in from the latest videos in this live stream while I try to finish the rest of this pasta here. But it's fascinating the amount of recovery I'm able to get from this. And if you've been following along the videos right now, I think I'm on like day 29 for the vlogs and keeping you guys updated. But today is day 42. And I still find that like I'm fluffy right now. I think if you guys have been following along, like I've definitely put on a little bit of fat. But when I'm coming home from the gym and checking my physique in the mirror, I'm still seeing abs. I'm sometimes still seeing obliques as well too. And as of this morning, I was 206.4 pounds. And when I started this diet and started this workout routine 42 days ago, I was 181.8. So I've almost gained 25 pounds naturally in less than 6 weeks. And man, I'm feeling it. Like I feel inflated. I got back from the gym probably an hour and a half to 2 hours ago and had a nice shower and prepped up the pasta here and got ready. So I'm still like a little pumped from the workout, but man, I'm feeling big. And I feel like I've gained some amazing strength on this program as well too. Honestly, like I think this is legit. We're going to have to see what happens once I do these transformation photos. So as I mentioned, today's the second last day. So tomorrow's day 43. It's the last of the 9th 3-day cycle. So my plan is I'm probably going to make a vlog of the full day, being the last day, take you guys through all the foods that I eat, and then weigh myself at the end of the day. So weighing myself this morning was 206.4 after my body's kind of processed, from the evening. So once I finally get all this food in me, I wouldn't be surprised if I might be close to like 208 pounds. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But right now, I'm rocking around 25 pounds gained in the last 42 days. So stick along. Make sure you guys are following along the vlogs because I'm catching up with them. Honestly, the last week or two here as well, like you'll see in these upcoming vlogs, my productivity has been affected in a major way. I'm using all my productive hours to focus on my business. And this is why some of the vlogs are actually behind, because right now, like I'm so lethargic during the day. The first week or two of eating this big bowl of pasta and having big bowl of cereal in the morning and then crushing 2 more meals that are extremely high in carbs later in the day for a total of 800 grams. Like the first week or two, body is just loving it, mentally loving it as well too. Like you just feel cognitively on point. And, week 3 to 4, it's starting to get a little annoying, but now it's to the point where it's like, I eat this stuff and I just crash hard now. And yeah, it's definitely affecting my productivity and work. If you guys followed along previous vlogs before I started the Hormozi Experiment, like I'm super anal about tracking my time and understanding where all my time's going. And the last 2 weeks here, I've only put in like 40 hours of work in regards to my business and like other aspects that are building my brand long term. Usually before this program, like I was cranking out 55 to 65 hours consistently every week. And I could just tell it's been severely affected now because one, I'm going to the gym for like 3 hours a day. So that's a big thing. Like I'm going to the gym twice. So on my rest days, like I'm trying to be as productive as I can be. But one factor is just I'm in the gym and having to go to the gym and back. And of course, like having a shower, getting ready, walking to the gym, that all affects the time. But now I'm sleeping like 8.5 to 10 hours a day. And that is like I'm having a nap probably every other day, which is adding like putting into that 10 hours or so. But I'm probably closer to the 9.5 to 10 hours on a daily basis. And I feel like my body needs it because of all the work I'm doing and all the carbs I'm eating. But that's obviously affecting my work because prior to this, doing intermittent fasting, only working out one day, 5 days, 6 days a week, I found I needed 6.5 to 7.5 hours of sleep, but now I'm needing a lot more. But I think it's well worth investing that time into sleeping because I think the body needs it for all this abuse that is getting put into it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now, but got some pasta, so I'm going to muck a little of this down. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the chat here. We'll get to that. I'm also going to go through some YouTube comments. Again, I apologize. I've been behind, like just trying to recover and sleep and focus on my business and my clients. Of course, I had to sacrifice a little bit of the channel here. So I'm still trying to document as good as I can, but I am a little behind on your responding to your guys' YouTube comments. So looking forward to actually diving into that in this live stream. I've been eating this almost every single day. Probably like 2 or 3 days out of this whole experiment, I did not have this big bowl of pasta. But I had this big bowl, which is around 350 to around 375 grams of carbs alone every single day. Every day. But man, I feel like, oh, geez. It's crazy to see on the live stream. I'm not big into like flexing and posing and stuff like that. So when I see it, it's like, holy shit. And you guys will see in some upcoming videos as well too. I feel like cognitively, this is affecting me as well. I'm feeling when I do work, like I'm getting I'm more distracted easily. I tend to lose focus a lot easier than I did when I was like on the intermittent fasting programming. And I don't feel as sharp. Like right now, I just don't feel as cognitively on point. When I'm talking, when I'm delivering it, when I'm doing my work, when I'm having to jump from task to task, it's slower. That's for sure. I feel like there's like a buffer where I need a sec. So Brian here says, what will your diet/workout routine look like when you are done with this experiment? Curious to see what strength/size you keep after you are done. Yeah, that's a great point. That's actually something I want to cover in this live stream as well too. So let me just take one more bite here and we'll actually hop right into that topic. I guess I should be showing you guys. Every day, bro. Whew, sorry about that. So yeah, right now I feel like I have the first 2 weeks of what I want to do kind of figured out. So let's talk about the diet here, I guess, first. I don't want to just go and hop right into a deficit. I don't think that's a smart move. I've been eating 800 grams of carbs every single day for the last like 42 days. So I think dropping it off drastically would not be the smartest move. Now, I think my body would be fine. Like if I just hopped right into a 48-hour fast, like I think I would be fine. But for maintaining my muscles and doing all of that, like basically what I think of what I just did over the last 42 days, like I just pumped my muscles, my legs, and my chest on the bench press. And I inflated myself with all these carbs. So now it's like I want to try to keep that size and that I don't even know what I'm really saying here, but just try to keep that overall fullness as I kind of taper down. So my thoughts are for at least 3 to 4 days, I'm just going to slowly reduce the carbs. So again, I'm eating 800 grams. I'm not going to be perfect with it, but I'll probably shoot like the first day after, dropping down to like 600 to 650 or something. Still aim for same with the fat and the protein. Then the next day, maybe aim for like 500 to 600. And then just slowly taper it down for 3 or 4 days. And then I do want to, like within the first week or so, do a like 24-hour fast. I need to just clear this out. Like my body for the last 42 days has nonstop just been processing pasta and cereal and sprouted oats and rice and stir fry. Like it's just been nonstop. So I think I want my body and my intestines and everything to get like a good 24-hour break. But again, I don't want to hop right into it. So I'm just going to take it as it goes, but I'm going to do I'm going to shoot for like day 5. So after about 4 days to maybe a week, aim for a 24-hour fast. And then outside of that, in regards to like working out in the gym, my thoughts are I want to give my body a break. You're going to see in some upcoming vlogs where I'm talking about it, like my muscles, again, the recovery is fascinating on this. I just did 7 sets of 25 reps of leg press. I've been dialing it back a little bit, but I did 700 pounds for like 2 of those sets. And 5 sets of bench press for 7 reps. See, it's like cognitively, I'm not there right now. It's crazy. And I did it the day before, and I've been doing this every 3-day cycle. And it's like, I'm not sore in regards to my chest and in my legs. I feel like they're just ballooning up like crazy and I'm getting big because of it. But what I am feeling sore, and what I mentioned in one of my vlogs, like I feel fragile in the sense that like when I pick up the bar for bench press, like I feel great in regards to my muscles, but now it's because all the physical work that I've done, like my wrists feel sore, my elbows, like I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit of like tennis elbow going on. I can feel like the bench in my shoulders. When I'm doing the leg press, I can feel it in my ankles and in my knees and in my hips, not in like a painful way, but it's like I can just feel it. And I feel like if I were to be doing like another week and then another week on top of this, this would not be good. Like I think that's just too long term to be doing this much physical work to the body. Now, if you're on steroids and stuff, you probably can recover. But like, again, I'm natural. I want to push myself and push my limits, but I also don't want to get injured on this. So I've been pushing myself hard, and I feel like I got some great results to show you guys. After tomorrow, I'm going to take some fresh pictures, but I can already see it just like in certain videos and pictures that I've been doing. But what I plan on doing is I want to take like a week break from the gym, but I want to keep doing 2 physical activities per day. I really like that. Crank out some work for 2 or 3 hours, go do something physical. Now, obviously not go do all this bench press and leg press. But what I think I'm going to do for the first week is I'm going to just do home body weight stuff, and I'm going to do like yoga and stuff. I want to start trying to get more flexible, try to get back into doing things like handstand push-ups and things like that. We'll see how that goes. But I want to get more flexible because I just don't feel like I feel this experiment really tightened things up. So that's part of my thoughts there. Then after that, so Brian here asked, we're responding to this comment about what will my diet and workout routine be. So first week there, again, just kind of tapering down the carbs. And then I want to switch back to what I was kind of normally doing, which is actually low carb, higher fat, higher protein, and a more meat-based diet. Like, I think I'm just going to go buy like a whole freezer package from one of our like butcher shops here in London and stock up my freezer with meat, and every day have like a nice big fat steak, potatoes and stuff, like still have carbs because I want to keep it up. But the goal is that I want to, within 2.5 to 3 months, to hopefully shred off this fat without doing it too fast, to see if there was any noticeable muscle growth compared to when I began this and I took pictures prior to this. So there will be this gap of like 4 or 5 months where I can finally get back down to 180, 1.8, and we'll see, like, am I a lot bigger compared to that, or how that all goes. But yeah, that's kind of my plan for now. Don't have anything really 100% structured and ready to go. Still questioning a few things and what I want to introduce here on the YouTube channel as well. So but great question there, Brian. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to throw it in. But my thoughts were, let's go take a peek at some of your comments that have come in. Because again, I apologize. I have not had the opportunity, with just trying to recover and sleep, to get to some of your guys' comments. And there were some great comments that came in. So if you guys haven't checked them out, go check them out. We are now up to day 29 on the Hormozi Experiment for documenting it here on the channel. I have a bunch more videos coming for you guys. But again, I've just been so lethargic lately and needing to sleep, plus go to the gym, plus work on my business, my clients. It has been taking a little bit of a toll. So I'll be catching up for you guys. But we got day 29, day 21, day 17. So we're going to go pop into some of these videos and check out some of your guys' comments and respond to them live here. And then hopefully later today, I'll get the opportunity to go respond as a message. So we got Dylan. Dylan's in the chat. Dylan actually was one of my roommates when we moved into the mansion here in London, Ontario. We like created a YouTube house kind of where wholesalers, real estate wholesalers lived with us. It was kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I included it here on my YouTube channel, part of the carnivore experiments. If you guys go follow the carnivore experiments on my YouTube channel, I think actually you can see them down here. Yeah, these are filmed like in the house that we all lived in together, where we had like a YouTube studio right in the living room. But Dylan's a homie, known him for a long time. He says, great consistency, brother. I was loving the Subway Green Goddess chicken double meat for the convenience. Yeah, I've been adding some Subway into my diet recently and replacing it with the Walk Box meal. And I don't think Subway's the healthiest. Actually, it's so surprising that Walk Box, like their meal is great and it's actually quite cheap. But yeah, I wanted to change things up, and I was just craving like a sandwich one day, and I was like, oh, Subway. So I actually found that the macros and the calories are quite close, but I get turkey with double meat. Looks like he got Subway Green Goddess. So appreciate you commenting there, Dylan. Saw him at the gym, him and Jeremy the other day. We chatted it up. I think that was yesterday. But it's so hard to keep track of all these days now. We got Trades with Johnny says, it is insane to me how you haven't been able to grow your channel, and the subs should be in the millions. Your consistent videos way back then. Your knowledge, you promote good shit. I wonder what part of the formula you screw up in. Persona, community involvement, the niche, the channel title. Anyways, you and Frank Yang are two channels that ought to be in the millions. Very interesting case studies. And then Stefan Simonovic, appreciate Stefan. He's a long-term OG subscriber who used to live here in London, and I met up with him, and we've been friends ever since. We've met up several times and gone out to dinner and things like that. And he's actually hooked me up with some magical. No, let's not even talk about stuff. But yeah, appreciate Stefan. Stefan's a great dude. But yeah, Peter definitely deserves millions. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, for me in general, like I understand for myself, like I'm not in a rush. Like I'm patient. I want to do exciting and interesting things. And I believe the way I want to document it and share it here on YouTube and share it with the world, I understand it's not the most, it's not the most optimal or best way to do it if you want to grow. and, try to hack the algorithms and take advantage of it. It's cool. And I have clients that we work with, and that's our goal, is to try to do stuff like that and go viral. For me, I don't care so much. I have had several things like the stomach vacuums really blow up in regards to views and people sharing it around. And that was great and cool. But like for me, like I'm not trying to hack the algorithm. Like I have specific things that I want to do. And long term, the way I look at it is like, this is, again, I'm very patient. I want to do stuff in like my late 30s, 40s, and have all this stuff when people come back to it, be like, oh, wow, like he's done these things. He's pushed himself to his limits. When I look at like Joe Rogan, who's been an idol of mine for a long time, like I was actually following along him before he was starting his podcast, like on Twitter and stuff. And I was actually on the one live stream that he did for the very first time. And I want to eventually be in an aspect like that where, a big portion of my life is spent talking and engaging with people. But I think the big reason people like or enjoy Joe is because he actually has an extensive background and he's done a lot of things throughout his life. And now that he's later in life, he can sit down and he has all this like wide breadth of knowledge and skills and history and things that he's been passionate about over his life that he can talk about. And I just think like everything comes when it's due time. And I just don't think like it's not my time. But I think like if the goal was to try to blow up in a certain way, I think like it could be done. And I'd love it. It would be great if like, someone talks about this experiment. Like, again, I'm kind of calling out Greg Doucette in my last live stream because he kind of labeled Alex Hormozi as like, this is bullshit. Where it's like, bro, I'm doing it right now. I gained 25 pounds naturally. Hormozi gained 35 pounds. So that's kind of a little like, well, maybe he was on something. But again, I call question to like him being detrained and all this other stuff. But like, if I wanted to, I could just hammer at that and like focus more on that. But I want when people come back, like the way I'm kind of recording these videos is this long-term experiment that you can come back to at any point and follow along and really study and observe more than what I think a lot of social media and YouTube is about right now. And it's been for a long time, is like, it's just trying to hack your attention and keep you as focused and engaged as possible. And like, there's still something that like I find gross about it. It's something I just can't get over. But I really appreciate the comment. That's amazing. I'd love to grow to be in the millions for sure. I just don't think I'm as interesting, bro. I don't think anyone gives a fuck. It's cool to see me do this stuff, and I appreciate you guys following along. And yeah, I'd love to be in the millions, but it'll come when it comes. So we got Let's See What Happens 814 says, could you show in the next video how you make your oats? They look different to mine and actually nicer. Thanks. Well, I only have one day left, so I can try to do it in my last vlog tomorrow. But basically what I do is I just boil water. And once it's boiling, pour the oats in. Now they're called like sprouted oats, but they don't seem much more different than like oats. But I know there's something different between like quick oats and rolled oats that speeds up the time you can cook them. So I prefer the stuff that isn't quick to cook. So it kind of takes longer, sits in the body longer as well too. At least that's my thoughts about it. But, and then once you pour the oats in, you turn it down low and I just let it sit there for 5 to 10 minutes, come and stir it once or twice. That's all I do. I'm not too sure what I could really show you out of it. We got Jay here says, this is the first YouTube video of yours on my feed in years. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've been going hard for like the last month or so here, sharing all the lead up to the Hormozi experiment, what I'm doing right now. But that's another thing that I think as well too here that Trades with Johnny says like, why haven't I been able to grow my channel? I'm not sure if you guys remember, or some of you guys are OG subscribers or not, or if you're new here. But basically, I did magic mushroom experiments on my YouTube channel. And I documented myself, like live stream, taking 10 grams of mushrooms live on YouTube, as well as 7.5 grams. Like I did a bunch of live streams and a bunch of videos. Basically, over a year and a half, I probably made like 50 to 70 videos that were either documenting myself taking magic mushrooms for educational purposes to show people what the experience is like, and also like pushing myself on it. Like I did like worked out on mushrooms. I did pull-ups and push-ups. I went sprinting on mushrooms to see what would the effect be like. Like, can you physically do activities while you're like under the influence of mushrooms? And everything was going fine for like a year and a half. I was just posting this stuff and I wasn't getting flagged. Nothing was happening. And I was doing it for documentary purposes. But then I got a strike, and the strike was very vague. It didn't tell me why I got like, it said like because of the community guidelines, but the community guidelines are very vague when it comes to mushrooms. But anyways, after like 2 weeks or something, I could finally get back and posting and sharing videos. And then like they only pulled one video down, or no, I think when they pulled the one, they pulled like 2 others at the same time. And then like a month went by, and then I got a strike again on one of these old videos. And if you have a YouTube channel and you know, like after you get 3 strikes, like your channel's deleted. And I was like, man, psychedelics is just one aspect of these many things that I've experimented with over the years. I don't want to lose all that. So I think that's one of like, I believe honestly that like aspects of my channel are shadow banned. It's not getting released, as we see here. Like Jay says, this is the first time they're seeing it. I've had a lot of people say that they're not getting notified when a new video comes out, even though they're subscribed and have the notifications turned on. And I believe as well too is like the carnivore diet experiments. There was actually, once I started doing it and I was like 60 days in, I believe I was like watching a Frank Tufano video, and he was showing, and again, I could be completely wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure this is what I saw, that he was showing how in the YouTube algorithm code, they've made it so they hinder the release and the reach and the distribution of carnivore stuff, and they're pushing vegan content. And that's where, after I finished the carnivore diet experiments, I was like, look, I'm sick of this. Like, I don't want to have to compete with algorithms and codes. Like, to me, it's like, I want to create content for the sake of creating content. And at that point too, I was just kind of done documenting my journey. I've done all these things and it was cool, but I wanted to go focus on building a business and creating content for other people. So that's what I spent like the last 3.5 years on. But I do believe like, because of the psychedelic experiments and my channel getting striked pretty hard, as well as the carnivore diet experiments, that there's some kind of limitation on my channel. Now that could be me just just completely wrong and not making good content, which is definitely possible as well too. But I do believe that's a factor that's affecting it. But here we got George, who says, I'm trying new protein brands. What's your favorite protein flavor / brand? To be honest, I don't do a lot of like protein powder and things like that. I did when I was leading up to the Hormozi experiment, trying to lean down. So I was doing like chocolate whey protein just from Costco. But yeah, typically I'm not having that. I'm just trying to get like whole food in regards to my protein sources. But let's head over. We're going to check out the next video here, respond to a couple more comments, and try to smash down this giant spaghetti. And this was day 21, I believe. Yeah, day 21. This morning, I woke up at 206.4. So we are almost at 25 pounds. Gained in 6 weeks. It's getting so hard to eat all this food every day. I'm so glad I'm almost done. So we got Spazzed IN says, damn, bro, remember watching you years ago. I'm so happy you're still making videos, looking great. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Got an OG subscriber there. Appreciate having you along the journey. Saha19 says, man, you look swole AF. Keep pushing. 3 more weeks to go. Yeah, let's see. I want to do like results. Each day where I'm standing in the kitchen like this to compare from like day 1 to like there. But even now, look at this. Yeah, buddy. Like I put on some size, I feel. Stefan is again in the comments. Appreciate you, bro. Woot in the 200-pound club. Hell yeah. And then we got, let's see what happens again in the comments. Appreciate you guys. He says, bro, you only eating 200 grams of protein. Alex states to eat 300 grams. Why? Yes, this was a comment I wanted to cover on here. So I'm glad we came across it. So I always questioned if people were eating too much protein. I just feel like there's got to be a limit to like what I personally believe and believe in a big way, but I'm really on Tim Ferriss's kind of mentality of minimum effective dose. So MED, what's the minimum effective dose of, let's say you have a headache. Are you going to take 10 Tylenol or 2? Because 2 is going to get it solved. Now you could take 10 and 10 is great. But again, what's the minimum you have to put in to get the effect to happen? This Tim Ferriss broke this down in regards to fat loss and muscle growth in his book, The 4-Hour Body. Really suggest checking it out. I think it's like somewhere maybe over here. No, it's more down this way. Right there. But in the 4-Hour Body, he breaks down this concept. And that's this concept that I've really been focusing on for most of my life. Like since I read this, and this was when I was in my early 20s. Minimum effective dose. How can I apply this to muscle growth? How can I apply this to work and business and everything that I do? And I believe now the Hormozi experiment kind of contradicts this because I'm going to go in the opposite. Like, what's the maximum effective dose that I can do on a daily basis to maximize my results? Why am I going for the minimum? But when I question this, the minimum effective dose, I start seeing what bodybuilders or people are doing in regards to how much protein they're eating. And if it's worth it, like protein is not cheap. Like you got to spend significant money for it, whether it's eggs or beef or whatever it may be. So trying to also be frugal and think a bit on that side, what's the minimum I got to spend and buy and put in my body in regards to protein and meat to acquire my max, like the minimum dosage I have to get for protein. And right around that time, I was questioning all this stuff too. Jeff Nippard came out with a video on this whole subject. And he broke down, is it this one? I believe it's this one. But anyways, go check out his videos on protein. But he broke down that scientifically, you're overeating if you're putting in more than like a gram to a gram and a half. Like if you're doing 2 grams or anything beyond that of lean muscle, like what your lean body weight is. So right now I'm like 206 pounds. I don't need to eat a pound to a pound and a half at 206 pounds. What's my lean body weight? Well, I was 182.8. And if you've seen the pictures, like before I started this experiment, I could probably still cut another 5 pounds at least, maybe even up to 10 pounds. So what is my lean body weight? Is probably closer to the like 170 pound range. So I technically only need about, based off Jeff Nippard's video and what I've been even doing for my body for most of the time too. Like I've only been focusing on trying to get a gram to 1.2 grams, which is, I believe, what the conclusion that Jeff eventually got to at the end of his video. So if you guys are seeing my videos, I'm probably ending most days around 200 to 25 grams of protein to 250 some days. So that's probably right along with what I need, because it's about 1 gram per body weight to like 1.25, 1.3. I don't know. I can't do quick math. George says, yo, by the way, for the amount of calories you are consuming, seems to be you are not gaining too much fat. Yeah, and that's what's interesting is that we're going to see in the pictures here after, I definitely have put on some fat, but the amount of mass that I've gained, the amount of body weight that I've gained, which is almost 25 pounds, and still being able to see abs and obliques, like I feel like there's definitely something unique happening here. And I'm gaining some serious, I think, muscle that could not be gained without doing this. And I think it's because you're just doing all this physical activity and you're eating all the carbs and all the calories to help recover from it as well, too. But I appreciate you guys joining here for the live stream. This is the second last day. I just got to muck this down, and then only one more day of eating pasta. Very nice. I'm happy. I'm so happy to be done this, but appreciate you guys joining here on the live stream. Appreciate all you guys leaving comments. I'm going to try to get to those, but right now, like, I'm cognitively not feeling all there. Feeling a little tired. I might have a power nap. I have to go off to a networking event later today in Hamilton, so that's a drive and a half. And then hang out for a bit, take some video and pictures and stuff, and then drive home. So I got to muck the rest of this spaghetti down and see if I need a nap. And then still got to go back to the gym for the day 2 p.m. workout for the Hormozi Experiment. It's legs after I just did 700-pound leg press for 25 reps. So appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. I am the Hungarian Experiment.
He's back! He's back!
He's back!
He's back!
He's back! He's back!
He's back!
He's back! I'm back, baby! I'm back! Back!
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Hello, world. I'm back.